To get started with the bucket hat, we're going to create a slip knot and place it on our hook. We're then going to chain 4. And then place our hook through the first stitch and work a slip stitch. We're then going to chain 3. And this acts as the first double crochet in our row. And then we're going to work 11 more double crochets into the center. Okay, so just make sure you've got the right amount. So I'm going to just double check. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and I'm actually going to take my tail from the slip knot and pull it, which closes the circle a little bit more. I'm then going to insert my hook into the third chain of the chain 3 and work a slip stitch to join the row. So that's completing the first row. We're then going to chain 3 to begin the next round. And now we want to work 2 double crochets in each double crochet from the first row. So it might be a little bit tricky to find, but in the same third chain that we slipped into, we're going to work another double crochet. And then just work 2 double crochets into each double crochet. So we had 12 double crochets in the first round. In this round, we're going to have 24 since we're putting 2 in each stitch. Okay, so just like the first row, I'm just going to double check I have 24. Okay, so that's 23 double crochets including the chain 3. So just as the previous round, I'm going to insert my hook into the chain 3 and work a slip stitch. So due to the gauge of my yarn and how I've worked up this pattern, I want the top needs to be 7 inches. So instead of a third round of double crochet, we're going to do a row of single crochet. So the increases are just slightly different. We're going to chain 2, and that is our first single crochet. And then we need to increase 6 stitches. So we need to go from 24 to 30. So on every 4th stitch, we're going to increase. So we have 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th stitch, we're going to work 2 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 4, 5 was in the same stitch. So just do that all the way around. And then you know you did it right if you have 4 left. So, because that means you were breaking them up correctly. Okay, so I'm working my last increase. So now I'm going to insert my hook into the second stitch of the chain 2 and work a single crochet, or a slip stitch. So we just completed the top of the hat, and now we want to work down the sides. So in order to create that nice corner, we're going to work a row of back loop only double crochets. So to start, we're going to chain 3. Then we're going to yarn over like a normal double crochet, and then only work into the back loop, so only into this loop of the stitch, and then work a normal double crochet as you would. So as you can see here, normally you would work under both of these, but we're only working under the back, which is the one farthest away from you. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to yarn over, break this top stitch in half, and work into the back. Okay, one more time. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the back loop of the stitch, and then work a double crochet. So I'm just going to do that the whole way around. Okay. Okay, same thing as the other rows. Connect it with a slip stitch through the third chain of the chain 3. And then as you can see, that created a nice, almost like cup bowl-like effect. So now we're just going to do another row of double crochets normally, so no back loop here. So I'm just going to chain 3 and then work a row of double crochets. Okay, I'm going to now connect this. And then to finish the sides of the hat, I'm going to work 1 row of single crochet. So I'm going to chain 2 and then work single crochets all around. Now that we've completed the sides of the hat, we want to now work the cute little brim. And so just like we needed to create a corner, a quote unquote corner for the top of the hat to kind of become a bowl, we now want this brim to flare out. So we're gonna work some increases as well as only working in front loop only. So we are going to increase from 30 stitches, because if you'll remember, we worked 30 single crochets. We had 12, 24, 30, and then no increases. And now we're gonna go from 30 to 45. And we're gonna do that by working one and then increasing, working one, increasing. So we're gonna chain 3, and then we are going to work an increase into the next stitch, but we're gonna work in the front loop only. So the top of the stitches here, we're gonna work in the loop closest to us. And you're gonna wanna go under and through. So I'll show that again. We're gonna work one double crochet into the next stitch. So we're gonna break that stitch in half. We have this 2 little ones. This is the back loop. This is the front loop. I yarned over. I'm gonna go under, break them in half, and work only through the front loop. One more time, I'll show that. So now we need to work an increase because we worked one in the previous one. I'm gonna yarn over, go into the stitch and come out the middle to only work through the front loop, and then I'm gonna work an increase. So I'm gonna repeat that all the way around, and as you can see, it's already creating kind of like a, not flowy, but a outward facing brim. Okay, and you should end on an increase like I am. So I'm going to slip stitch in the third stitch of the chain 3, and then we are almost done. All we need to do now is one more row of double crochets, and then this hat will be completed. So I'm chaining 3, and then I'm just gonna get going on a row of double crochets. that was my last stitch. I'm just going to connect the beginning to the end by slip stitching into the third chain. I am going to make a slip knot, or I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to cut a tail. I'm going to pull it through the first chain, or make it tight, and then I just work a second knot so it's extra secure. And so that is basically it. You just have to tuck in your ends and your hat is ready to go. If you make this, please tag me on Instagram on WatchMeKnit. I would love to see what colors and yarn you choose. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks.